What if peace wasn't silence? What if peace was sound? A heartbeat, a whisper, a rhythm hidden inside the noise of the world. Imagine this, a stage drenched in gold light. The air hums with the memory of a song that once tried to save the planet. Michael Jackson stands there barefoot, eyes closed. He doesn't sing yet, he listens to the heartbeat of a billion souls waiting for the world to change. And somewhere, on the other side of time, a man in white linen folds his hands. Mahatma Gandhi breathes slowly. He hears the same rhythm, but in silence. Every breath a prayer, every step a revolution. Not against others, but against himself. And then, in a hospital room filled with stillness, a doctor cleans a space that no one can see. Dr. Hew Len repeats words that sound simple but hold galaxies inside. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. He doesn't speak to the world outside. He speaks to the world within. Three men, three languages of the same truth. Sound, silence, surrender. Michael tried to sing the world clean. Gandhi tried to walk the world clean. Dr. Hew Len tried to forgive it clean. And yet, all of them began in the same place, inside themselves. Because peace doesn't start when wars end. Peace starts when the noise inside us finally rests. It's the pause between the beat and the breath. It's the quiet decision to be kind when you could be right. It's what happens when you look in the mirror and see not your pain, but your potential. That's the hidden frequency of peace. You can't stream it. You have to tune into it. If you've ever felt that small spark inside, the one that whispers, there must be more than this chaos. Stay with me. You're not alone in this sound. Subscribe. And let's remember together what peace actually feels like. Now back to the rhythm. Michael once said, heal the world, make it a better place. But he also said, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. He wasn't preaching, he was confessing. Every lyric was a mirror, every dance move, a prayer disguised as motion. He turned guilt into groove, and the world called it pop. But it wasn't pop, it was prophecy, because he knew that rhythm heals what words can't reach. Across oceans and decades, Gandhi said something almost identical, just softer. Be the change you wish to see in the world. He didn't have a microphone, but he had presence. His audience wasn't an arena, it was an empire. And with nothing but truth in his voice, he made the mighty tremble. Then there's Dr. Hew Len, the quietest of the three. No fame, no crowd, just his mantra. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. He healed a ward of criminally insane patients, not by treating them, but by cleansing himself. Because when he looked at them, he saw reflections of his own shadows. And when he forgave them, he was forgiving the part of himself that had forgotten love. 3 paths, 1 destination. The return to inner harmony. Peace is not a world event. It's an inner alignment. It's when the drum of the ego finally slows down to the tempo of the soul. It's when you realize that no one can give you peace. They can only remind you of the one you buried. Now imagine this. Michael, Gandhi, and Dr. Hew Len sitting in the same room. No cameras, no crowd. Just the vibration of 3 frequencies finally resonating at the same note. Michael taps the table softly. A beat that sounds like a child's heartbeat. Gandhi closes his eyes. Dr. Hew Len smiles. And for a moment, the universe tunes itself to them. The wars pause. The noise fades. The earth breathes. This is what peace sounds like before it becomes history. But here's the twist, my friend. You are part of that sound too. Every thought you think, every emotion you feed, sends ripples through this same frequency field. When you hold anger, the vibration distorts. When you forgive, it clears. When you love, it amplifies. So, if you've ever wondered whether you matter in this vast universe, know this. You are not small, you are a frequency, and frequencies move worlds. That's what Michael meant when he sang "We Are the World." Not metaphorically, literally. You are the song. You are the sound. You are the healer you've been waiting for. The question isn't whether peace exists. The question is, are you tuned in? And if the world feels heavy, maybe it's not broken. Maybe it's just out of tune. So start small. 1 breath. 1 I'm sorry. 1 I love you. And let that sound travel. Because peace isn't a prayer for later. It's a vibration you can choose now. And maybe, just maybe, if enough of us choose it at once, the planet will remember its original song. There's a story Gandhi used to tell about a mother who asked him to make her child stop eating sugar. Gandhi told her to come back in 2 weeks. When she did, he simply said, "Stop eating sugar." The mother was confused. "Why didn't you say that before?" she asked. And Gandhi smiled. "Because 2 weeks ago, I was still eating sugar." That's the core of peace. You can't teach what you haven't lived. You can't heal what you still reject inside yourself. Michael, Gandhi, And Dr. Hew Len understood that truth in 3 different dimensions: the stage, the street, and the soul. Michael sang of healing the world, but inside he was wrestling with shadows that fame couldn't fix. He carried the pain of a child who had to become perfect to be loved. And yet, every time he stepped on stage, he transmuted that wound into wonder. He turned his scars into sound. He danced his ache into grace. That's not performance, that's alchemy. Meanwhile, Gandhi carried the weight of a nation's rage. He was no saint. He got angry, he doubted, he feared, but he chose peace over pride again and again. He discovered that the most radical revolution wasn't against the empire, it was against the ego. He turned resistance into ritual. He made love a political weapon, and in another corner of existence, Dr. Hew Len rewrote the definition of healing itself. He didn't try to fix anyone. He simply purified his perception until love was the only thing left. That was his medicine. His patients didn't just get better, they became whole because he did. Different voices, same harmony. The world doesn't need new prophets. It needs people who live what they already know. And maybe that's what this generation has forgotten. We scroll for peace, but we don't practice silence. We post about healing, but we don't sit with our pain. We quote, "Be the change," but we're too busy avoiding it. Peace isn't aesthetic, it's work. And the battlefield isn't out there. It's inside, between who we pretend to be and who we really are. Michael felt that war in his music. Listen closely to Man in the Mirror. That's not a pop song, it's a confession. It's the moment he realizes the world will never heal if he doesn't. And Gandhi too, he once said, "The enemy is fear. We think it is hate, but it is fear. Fear is the static in the frequency of peace. It distorts the transmission of love. It makes you forget that you're not separate from what you see." And Dr. Hew Len would nod gently. He'd say, "You're not cleaning the world. You're cleaning your mind about the world. Every 'I love you' is a reprogramming of reality. Every 'I'm sorry' is a line of code rewritten in light. That's the hidden technology of peace. It's not religion. It's resonance. It's not prayer. It's physics. The moment you raise your vibration, you lift the field around you. So maybe Gandhi's fasting was never about protest. Maybe it was his way of syncing his body to the divine algorithm, to remind the universe that one person in alignment is stronger than a million in confusion. And maybe Michael's moonwalk wasn't just dance. Maybe it was a metaphor, moving forward while appearing to glide back, teaching us that progress sometimes looks like surrender. And maybe Dr. Hew Len's mantra wasn't ritual, it was reprogramming. Every thank you an update, every I love you a patch of divine software. That's why you can't separate spirituality from science anymore. They've been flirting since the beginning, and peace is where they finally kiss. If Gandhi was the silence of peace, and Michael was the sound of peace, then Dr. Hew Len was the system reboot. Together they form a triad of healing frequencies. But here's the question that lingers. If they carried peace into the world, who carries it now? You, maybe, or me, or the billions scrolling through chaos, aching for a quiet they can't find. The world doesn't need another Michael or Gandhi. It needs one more you, awake enough to remember what they were pointing to. Because when you heal one thought, you heal the collective mind. When you forgive one wound, you ease the burden of 1,000 others. We're all tuning forks, vibrating into each other. And the reason you feel so much pain sometimes is because you were born to be a transmitter of peace. Your heart is a radio, and empathy is how the universe speaks through you. But empathy hurts, doesn't it? You feel everything, and it feels like too much. That's because you're built for more than survival. You're built for resonance. You're designed to turn chaos into coherence. And maybe that's why you're here listening. Not by accident, but by alignment. You are one of those souls who can't stand noise anymore. You crave something quieter, truer, purer, and that craving is your compass. Follow it, because peace isn't the end of conflict. It's the mastery of vibration. It's learning to stay in love even when everything around you forgets how. And if you've made it this far into this message, maybe that's your cue to act. You can start small, right now. Take a breath. Forgive someone who's still living inside your mind rent-free. Then forgive yourself for holding on so long. Say it softly, or just think it. "I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you." That's not a mantra. That's creation code. Because the moment you say it with sincerity, you alter your field and the field responds. The sound of peace isn't a melody. It's a feedback loop between you and the infinite. And when it catches your frequency, it doesn't stop. Peace spreads faster than conflict when it's embodied. And once it starts inside you, it never leaves. The world feels louder than ever, doesn't it? Screens flashing, voices shouting, hearts closing. We've built machines that can speak, but we've forgotten how to listen. And maybe that's why these three men still echo through time, because their voices weren't noise. They were signals, reminders, frequencies of what we've lost and what we can still become. Michael, Gandhi, and Dr. Hew Len lived in different centuries, under different skies, but their message was one, and it's never been more urgent than right now. We are drowning in information and starving for meaning. We are connected to everyone and still feel alone. We chase peace through achievement, validation, distraction, but all the while, peace waits, patient, at the quiet center of our being. Gandhi knew this. When he walked barefoot across salt and stone, he wasn't just defying an empire. He was reminding the world that the simplest acts, eating less, owning less, hating less, could change the direction of history. He said, "An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And look around. How many eyes are still closed?" Michael saw the same blindness, but he fought it with melody. He sang to the lost children, the lonely hearts, the broken dreamers. He used rhythm as remedy, harmony as hope. His voice carried pain, yes, but it carried possibility too. Every "Heal the World" wasn't just a lyric, it was a diagnosis. He could feel humanity's sickness, and he wanted to sing it whole again. And Dr. Hew Len, he didn't lead marches or sing to crowds. He healed quietly. While others shouted for change, he whispered it. He looked at the darkest parts of humanity and said, "I love you." He proved something we're only beginning to understand, that the world outside us is only a reflection of what lives within. And when we clean our inner mirrors, the world shines back. That's the truth we keep missing in our modern chaos. The wars, the hate, the fear, they are not the disease. They are the symptom. The real illness is disconnection, the forgetting that we are one living body made of billions of beating hearts. And peace? Peace is the immune system of the soul. When it weakens, the world gets sick. When it strengthens, life harmonizes again. So what do we do now? We remember. We return to what they were all trying to teach. Peace isn't old-fashioned, it's revolutionary. It's the most radical, rebellious, world-altering vibration there is. Because nothing threatens the system more than a human being who refuses to hate. Look around. Algorithms profit from outrage. Politics feeds on division. Noise has become currency. But silence, true silence, cannot be sold. And that's why it's sacred. Maybe that's why you're here, listening to this. Because part of you knows we can't scroll our way to peace. We have to feel our way back to it. And maybe you've been tired lately. Tired of the chaos, the pretending, the endless waves of news. Maybe you've been asking, what can one person possibly do? Michael would answer, sing anyway. Gandhi would say, walk anyway. Dr. Hew Len would whisper, love anyway. Because every act of peace, no matter how small, ripples into eternity. Peace is not the end of conflict. It's the courage to stay kind in the middle of it. Peace is not passive, it's powerful. It builds nations, heals trauma, and reawakens souls. And the world needs that vibration now more than ever. Because we are a generation raised in noise but starving for meaning. We are the children of technology, but we still dream of touch. And maybe, just maybe, peace is the next great innovation. The revolution that begins not with code or money or control, but with heart coherence. The same way a singer tunes his voice before a song, you must tune your soul before you speak, act, create. Because the world doesn't heal through your noise. It heals through your note. Michael taught us melody. Gandhi taught us silence. Dr. Hew Len taught us surrender. Together, they created the sacred equation of peace. Sound plus stillness plus forgiveness. Transformation. And you listening right now, you are the missing variable. The universe is waiting for your frequency. Because when you choose peace, even quietly, you shift the algorithm of reality itself. You remind the grid that compassion is still online. Maybe you can't stop every war. Maybe you can't fix every system, but you can make peace contagious again. One word, one gesture, one vibration at a time. So tonight, when the noise of the world gets too heavy, remember this. The world doesn't end in explosions. It ends in forgetting. And it begins again in remembrance. Close your eyes. Whisper their words. Heal the world. Be the change. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. That's not just a prayer. It's a transmission, a frequency, and it's reaching you now. Take a deep breath. Let it resonate through you. And as you exhale, imagine light spreading from your chest across the planet. That's how peace works. Quietly, invisibly, yet unstoppable once it starts. If this message touched you, don't let it fade. Share it. Not for views, not for numbers, but because someone out there forgot what peace sounds like. Let's remind them together. This is Human Wave, where souls remember their frequency and the world learns to breathe again. Because peace is not a dream, it's data from the divine. And you're the signal. Subscribe, stay close, and keep walking with us, where awakened minds rise into a life of wholeness and fulfillment.